Hello my Dotty family and welcome to my channel. Come and join me on this magical journey through the world of dot art and moons and lotuses. I am back, yes. If you are brand new to my channel, please go and check out my fundamentals playlist first so you can see how I work, so you can follow these videos with me. And I know I've been missing for a while, but I am back in full swing from today. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and paint my canvas. So it's been crazy. It's been super crazy, but that's fine. I think we've all been through a lot. I think that we need art. We need some kind of creative release. And I have found that many people turn to dot art. It has become so popular, and I understand exactly why. Because while you're busy, I think the only thing that you really focus on are the dots. And I think it's definitely some type of meditation, which I'm actually loving so much. I'm using black chalkboard paint for those of you who are just joining for the first time. And this black chalkboard paint is fantastic. Because you're drawing with white chalk pencils, okay, it just makes sense that you draw on a chalkboard surface. Also with this paint, it goes a long way. You just need a little bit. It dries quite quickly, and for most surfaces, you only need one layer to cover. So, because I know with a lot of other paints, you need 2 to 3 layers to cover the base. So because this is a canvas, a lot of people actually use gesso, I think, to actually put a layer on first to make it a bit more smoother so that they can get rid of the fabric texture. To me, it's fine. I just use it the way it is. And I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm just seeing that everything is covered because it is fabric and it has texture. Sometimes it leaves little air bubbles when you drag the brush across, little tiny white little bubbles, and then it leaves little white spaces open on the canvas. So just make sure that you get all of those as you go. All done and painted and dry. I want to chat to you guys about my tool set. So this is not the final one I decided on. If you want to see what the final one is, because the colors are wrong. If you want to see what the final one looks like, please go and have a look at my Etsy shop if you're not in South Africa. And if you are in South Africa, please go and have a look at my website. And you can pre-order the set now, depending on when you're seeing this video. They might already be available. This is made out of plastic, but the one I'm going to be selling is going to be made out of glass enforced nylon. So as you can hear, it's a much more sturdier material. So I've made the ball tools, which are also inclusive. And then I also made all of your flat tools. So they run from 0.2 mil, 0.5, 1, 2, all the way up to 20 millimeters in size. They're all marked in millimeters, which means that even if you have your own tools, you can still follow all of my patterns and my tutorials. Just measure the diameter of your tool, and then you will be able to follow my videos. Also, they have a nice finger grip on the back here for whichever side it is going to be that you're working on. For this specific design, I decided to go with the following color palette: white, wave blue, clear blue, and mid blue. So those are going to mainly cover my moon. And then I've got, for my lotus flower, I decided to go with glow twilight, glow violet, and glow fuchsia. And that will mainly be used for my lotus flower. You can also find my lotus flower digital stencil or tracing image on my Etsy shop. So you can just, it's a PDF that you can download after purchase. And then I am using the 7-inch one, so the largest one of them all. And that's what I'm going to be putting onto my canvas, and that's the piece we're going to be working on. I just want to move this out of the way, and then you're going to take the image and we're going to use a piece of chalk, and just on the back you can color everywhere where you see the lines of your image, so you can see it through the paper. So just do that all the way around. When that is done, I just want to find the center of the image, so you can kind of see where the center is running when you look at where the center of your lotus is. So from the top, I'm just going to take it, measure it down here, so it's 17.5. I'm just going to put it there, so 18, so that would be 9. So the center would be there, and I'm going to line that up with the center of my canvas when I transfer it. We need to find the center of the canvas. Center. So it would be here. I'm just going to puncture a hole into this so I can actually see where the center is. There we go. Oh, this one looks a little bit skew. Just move it up a tiny bit. And I also just want to just make this a little bit smaller so I can more or less get it straight and lined up my canvas. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Push that in there and then just see where the center is there. Okay. Cool. I think that looks good. I think I must just mark here as well to see if this thing is on straight. So 12.5, and then also here. Okay. Hold my ruler there. You can see the lotus points are not lined up with a ruler, so I'm just going to line those up like so. Great, and now I know that my image is 100% straight. Good, and now we can trace it. So trace it with a pen. If you're going to trace it with a pencil, it's not going to give you enough pressure to actually put the chalk down onto your canvas. So here we go. I'm going to use my ruler again, and I just want to indicate where the center of the moon is on this side. Okay, great stuff. Now I'm just going to touch it up where it needs touch up. It needs to go a little bit darker even. Okay, great. I'm pretty happy with that. I also want to add an extra circle on the outside. Just in case I decide to dot that. Actually, I'm going to do something in there. And then for that we're going to need the stencil. So if you don't have my stencil, I do have digital download stencils available on my Etsy shop. They look like this, where you also get the different amount of sections. And yeah, I made those stencils to also give you different sections from 3 all the way up to 20, and you can just cut them out and you can reuse them. Just punch a hole in the middle, and then yes, Bob's your uncle. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to use my uneven numbers one because of the moon, which also is going to actually have a point in the center. So I think I want to turn this upside down so that it correlates with the moon, because if we put it like this, we don't have any center marks here. So I'm going to turn it around, upside down, line it up with my center. The way to find your center is just make sure it's equally far away from all of your sides, and your center will automatically line up. I'm going to go with 19. So I'm just going to mark every hole in the 19 circle. So that's how the stencil also work, for those of you who don't know, is every number gives you that amount of section. So if you follow all of the holes in the 3 circle, you're going to get 3 equal sections. And if you follow in 19, you're going to get 19, and so on. So they're quite easy to use. At this point, they're still in wood, so you can paint them. Because it does get a bit confusing when you're doing, say for instance, lane 11. A lot of people switch lanes while they're doing that, and then it doesn't come out the way it's supposed to. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to line it up from the center. You usually mark outward from the center. Okay, so I just want to mark my moon as well. Okay, and then also the moon and the outside circle. Okay. The other reason why I decided to go with uneven sections is because we've got 5 moons. That's also an uneven number. And I don't know why, I just find the uneven numbers special. You see so many designs out there that all use even numbers, but rarely see designs that use uneven numbers. Most people also do the 8 sections, where you just divide your canvas in squares and then diagonally, and then you've got your sections to go. I like variety. And that's the planning of our canvas.
Every single day